Prototype does. He is going to stay alive, and he is shooting so well.
Not miss shot.
Pete Tizzite started off with the lead, and he has not looked back. Congratulations to Pete Tizzite.
What's up, guys? This is Prototype from Team Active Rush, and today is going to be a little bit long video, longer video than I'm usually used to doing. So, if I ever look like I don't know what I'm talking about, it's because if anyone knows me, they know I don't have the greatest memory of all time. And this is basically what this video is. It's just based off all my placings, where I started, etc., etc. So if I'm, a little foggy on all the details, that's why. My memory is just really, really bad, but I will try my best. I hope you enjoy this video, and yeah, let's get started. So my first event, and it's not record because I didn't do good at this event, was 2009 MLG Dallas, and I was teaming with Luigi, Argon, and Gunshi. That was the team, yeah. And then myself. Myself was actually Captain Clutch, I think my name was. Yeah, Captain Clutch. And the reason I say that was a little bit of hesitation is because I had a lot of gamer tags. But that was the one I used at the tournament. So this team actually did pretty well. We actually got top 48, which is one round away from going into open bracket. And, that wasn't bad for, my first tournament. I was around 15 or 16 years old, I think. Off the top of my head, that's what I remember. And that tournament was my first tournament. I remember having so much fun and just meeting everybody I talked to online. It was just a great time. We ended up losing to Virtuosity, which was Jetty, and I don't remember the other people on that team, but for those that know that team, it was a pro team back in the day, Jetty and his brother, and then Robbie B later on. So they weren't like, an unknown team. They were a good team that beat us, so it wasn't too heartbreaking, but obviously after that event, I wanted to just keep going. Then immediately after, I was dropped because I guess their reasoning was, from what Luigi and them told me, is that I just didn't have experience and they didn't think I was, up to par, which to me was like kind of annoying. I was like, I felt like I played pretty good. But that's just how, that's how things go back in the day. So my next team was at 2009 Meadowlands, and I teamed with Super Hyphy, Lucky Shot, and the Mainslayer. Now, this event is the event I should have broken out into the scene because we had a little team malfunction a week before the event. The original team was me, Mr. Excels, Mainslayer, and Lucky Shot. So we ended up dropping Mr. Excels for Hyphy. And the reason this was because Mr. Excels ended up being like, yo, I can't go, and I have no money, blah, blah, blah. And back in the day, sponsors weren't as, popular as they are now. So it definitely wasn't easy getting around. I definitely understood that. So it sucked, and we had to pick up Hyphy, who wasn't playing for 2 months, which basically just picked it up that week, and we teamed with them. And the reason why I say this team should have broke out is because that team, the old team I was telling you about with Mr. Excels, that team actually beat, I forget the exact team name of them, but they beat Gregor, Ares, Destin, and APG. I think that's the team. Yeah. Yeah, that's the team. Okay. And we beat them online in this big Meadowlands tournament or whatever. I forget what tournament it is. I can't find, the exact document, but I remember us beating them 2-1 in a series, and we ended up winning the whole thing, which was online, so it basically meant nothing. I didn't realize this at the time, but online is 50-50. But it was a really good standing point to see where we were. And Ares won't admit it. APG probably doesn't even remember, but it happened. They got beat by us, whether he wants to admit it or not. But yeah, so if that team would have went to the event, I felt like we could have gotten like what they got, which is around the top 12, top 16 area, and that would have been, much easier road. But it didn't end up like that, and we ended up getting 29th, which, sucked. We all played really good. Hyphy didn't do too well. He was kind of all over the place, and it was a fun event either way, but the placing definitely wasn't that great. Now, after this team, I was feeling a little disappointed, and I was thinking about making a team change, and I actually got offered by Revamp to run with Halo Knight and VP Beast, who already have like a set 3. And I was like, all right, let's give it a try. And You know, it turned out everything worked really well. It had the chemistry of my old Fnatic team, which I'll get into a little bit later down the road. But it just felt really good. Everything was fitting right into place. It was like playing Tetris and getting every perfect piece. It was just everything flowed. So we're going to Anaheim 2009 here, and for some reason I do good. I do really good at these events. These California events, based events. I always do good. I never go down in placings. But so the team is Halo Knight, VP Beast, and Revamp. So that's the team. We're going in not really, knowing what we're gonna get. Like not too high of an we don't expect too much, but we don't expect too little, if that makes any sense. So we go into that event, and we're playing great. I'm sniping phenomenally, and this is kind of the event that I get recognized by a couple pros, and I was like, oh man, yeah, sick, sick, sick. But we end up playing Power for top 12. Yeah, for top 12 or top 16, I'm not sure. And we ended up beating them 3-2, I think. And the last game we won by like 50 to 48. And there's a small video I'll show with it. It's like the America chant going on. I think Clutch started that, which I found out a little bit later on. But that was funny, and I thought it was just a great event to beat them because no one wanted the Europeans to get top 16 or top 12, whatever it was. So then we beat them, and everybody was hyped. Everybody that was just a perfect way to end Saturday. And then we go into Sunday and we play Killer Drew's team, which I think it was Heaven and Earth, but it was a different version of Heaven and Earth. And I think we lost for top 8. I'm pretty sure we lost for top 8. And we ended up getting like 11th or 10th or something like that. I'm pretty sure. After this event, this is my biggest problem. I got an ego. Revamp got an ego, and we decided to butt heads and just break up because of stupid egos. Which biggest mistake I could have made at that time. But I did it, and I was like, well, I'm kind of God now, so I can just do whatever I want. Worst mentality to have. But at this time, I didn't really have anything else. Nothing else worked. I tried to get on Virtuosity, but it didn't work at that time. They were trying, they said, but it didn't pan out. So then I ended up getting back with Revamp and Mario, but not VP Beast, sadly. VP Beast decided after this event, since all the drama went down with me and Revamp, he said he just didn't like Halo anymore. And at this time, he was actually like around 450 pounds, something like that. He was a big dude. So he actually decided to go off and work out and just get his life together with, weight issues and all that stuff. And now, last time I saw him, he was about maybe a little bit bigger than me. A little bit. And it's crazy to see that he's, doing well now. But that's what mainly he did. So that's why we didn't have VP Beast as our fourth going into Orlando Championships 2009. And this is where we're at right now, Orlando Championships 2009. So we ended up picking up Art of War. And this dude, I think he got on our team just because of how funny he was, to be honest. Like, he was good, don't get me wrong, but he was so funny. Anyone that knows AOW will know this saying, I'm back. Anyone will know that. He's just an hilarious guy. He was having, a rough time with teams, and, he just got off his top 6 placing with Call Me God and all that stuff, so he's kind of just trying to figure stuff out. So, we're like, oh, okay, maybe he'll fit. And, it didn't really fit completely. It wasn't like the old Take Respect squad. And we ended up getting 19th at that event. This is actually a pretty funny event because this event, I just remember him sitting next to me, and he used to be like a spitter. Like, he used to put that stuff in his like gums or whatever and just spit. And I remember his bottle that he used was right next to my foot. And Call Me God, his good friend, was sitting behind us. And it spilled. He spilled it all over my jeans. Like, on the bottom of my jeans because it was on the floor. And I just remember Call Me God going, Juice! Because it was just like a funny little thing. And it was just the most disgusting thing at the time. Like, I wanted to puke because it was like pink and brown. And it was just different colors. It was disgusting. Just thinking about it right now kind of gets me sick. But funny story. It was it just it's funny now. It wasn't funny at the time, but yeah, that's what we ended up getting 19th, and then after this event, we kind of just went our separate ways and just decided it wasn't going to work out. And this is where my decline starts happening. So after championships, Revamp decides he's going to stop playing. Art of War, I don't know what he decided to do. I forget. But it is actually Orlando 2010, so we're in the new year. And at this time, me and Mario are kind of sticking together. We're kind of the duo. And at this time, I think we're just trying to get a sponsor team because we don't have the money, obviously. I didn't have the money. I was still young. He didn't have the money. So we just try to get a sponsor together, like some kid that would sponsor us, and we just team with them. Biggest mistake. Don't ever do it. I did it one time in my life, and I regretted it. I hated it because I was so mad. I was playing so good, I felt like, and we just didn't get a placing that I liked at all. But this event, Orlando 2010, was me, Halo Knight, which is Mario, Advent, and then this guy named Frag Air. Frag Air paid for everything. We didn't expect too much out of him. Top 32 is what we were hoping for, which is exactly what we got. We got 32nd exactly. We lost all our placement matches, or our console. And I was pissed. I was so upset, and I was like, dude, I'm never fucking doing this again, ever in my life. And from that day forward, I vowed to, get my own money and make my own way to the tournament, because I'm not doing that anymore. Because it was just a horrible feeling losing the people that you shouldn't be losing to. So now Columbus 2010 comes along. I remember this is another last minute team. I think we got about 2 weeks of practice in. I could be a little bit off, a little bit on there. I don't know. But the team is Calm Mentality, Z Nightmare, Mario, and myself. Again, the duo is locked in. Me and Mario teamed forever. And this team, it looked good on paper, but we did not play good because we didn't practice, and it was a last minute team. And this is another bad habit I got into. It was just these last minute teams that I was doing. They just were not good to have because of all this. You need practice to do good. Like my Take Respect team stayed together, for that top 12 placing. We stayed together the whole time. And I don't know, somewhere in my mind I just decided I was going to try to get pickup teams. I thought that was smart. It wasn't. It was a waste of time, and I ended up doing bad, and it delayed my come up longer. And we ended up getting 24th this event, which isn't too bad, but it isn't too good either. From if you're going from like a top 12 placing at one event and then a top 16 at another, this sucks. It sucks because you're going downhill. It's just awful. Now we're going to MLG Raleigh 2010. This is my next event, and this is the last event I think I do with these 2 weeks of practice teams because it was just getting out of hand. And the team was Pretty Boy Brad, Helava, Mario, and then me. And this team, wasn't practiced yet again, but we were just going off like what we could find last minute. And we practiced maybe like a week or two. We were at the tournament. We were practicing a lot because we didn't get enough in. This team ended up getting 28th, and it didn't feel good yet again. And I was like, dude, this sucks, man. Mario, like we need to do something like drastic because these last minute teams are sucking, man. Like they're so bad. So we just need to find something and stick with it because these placings we begin are just awful. So the video ended up being around 30 minutes long. I got it down to around 13 apiece. So I'm actually going to split these 2 videos up. They'll be released within a couple days of each other, so it won't be too long of a wait. I hope you enjoyed the first part, and stay tuned for the second. Talk to you guys later. Peace.